10 tips to increase your push-ups fast. Push-ups require strength from your chest, shoulders, triceps, and core. Thus, the amount you can do reflects your upper body strength. It's no surprise that they're employed as a standard for overall physical condition by groups like the police, military, and schools during gym class. The benefit of push-ups is that they can improve upper body strength without the use of equipment, making them ideal for at-home training. Today, I'll be sharing 10 key tips that personally help me increase my push-up count by 5 to 10 times. 1. Check if you're doing push-ups with the right form. While it may appear to be common knowledge, I've met many people who assume they know how to do push-ups correctly, only to be proven wrong. One common mistake is failing to engage the core, resulting in a rounded spine that can arch up or sink down instead of remaining neutral. This not only increases the danger of lower back injury, but it also affects the difficulty of the activity, making it easier with dropped hips or more difficult with lifted hips. Another typical mistake is unnecessarily flaring the elbows. They should ideally form a 45-degree angle with your body. To avoid elbow flare, slightly rotate your hands outward before laying them on the ground for push-ups, forcing your elbows to automatically rotate inward. Placing hands too close together is a common mistake made by beginners. It restricts the total number of reps even though it targets the triceps. Start on all fours with your hands slightly turned outward and slightly wider apart than shoulder width in order to perform push-ups correctly. Squeeze your glutes and core to bring your heels, hips, and back of your head into a roughly straight line. Plant your toes into the ground and perform a push-up. Lower your body until your chest is just above the floor by bending your elbows, then push yourself back up until your elbows are completely extended. 2. Losing body fat is often disregarded, despite being the easiest thing to do. People who are skilled in gymnastics and calisthenics frequently have low body fat percentages for a variety of reasons, one of which is that they face less resistance when moving their bodies. This idea also holds true for push-ups, where body weight is an important factor. Exercise gets more difficult the heavier you are. It gets relatively easy for the lighter person. This is in contrast to the bench press, where people typically show increased strength as their weight increases. This is because the bench press does not require your complete body weight to be lifted. An insightful study published in the Journal of Strength and Conditioning Research states that, on average, your body weight provides resistance when performing push-ups. For example, in every push-up, you must overcome 128 pounds of resistance if your weight is 200 pounds. A 150-pound human, on the other hand, encounters only 96 pounds of resistance. Therefore, losing extra body fat makes sense as a way to improve push-up performance. 3. For both advanced and beginners who utilize kneeling and incline push-ups. Because a standard push-up requires you to lift roughly 64% of your body weight, you can drastically lower the amount of weight you lift by changing the workout by doing push-ups from your knees or with your hands at a more acute inclination. The same study also found that raised push-ups can reduce this to as little as 41% of your body weight, while kneeling push-ups only need lifting about 49% of your body weight. This adjustment works well, particularly for new users. Kneeling or incline push-ups offer a manageable entry point and allow for advancement if performing a conventional push-up is difficult for you. Including variants such as falling to your knees when you achieve failure can work wonders, even for more experienced players. This method is similar to the weightlifting drop set, which is a well-known strategy for fostering gains in both strength and size. This method is useful for maximizing push-up performance since it allows for the squeeze out of more reps, particularly when one is not able to meet the desired number of reps. 4. Once you can perform more than 15 push-ups, you should overload your reps with increasingly difficult variations. The primary factor influencing your ability to perform push-ups is your upper body's maximum push strength. Put simply, it gets easier to perform a normal push-up the stronger you are at your maximum strength. It's critical to incorporate more sophisticated push-up variations into your routine in order to maximize this pushing strength. Elevating your feet while performing push-ups is a useful technique that intensifies the exercise by shifting more weight onto your upper body. As per the previously mentioned study, merely raising your feet 2 feet above the floor causes an increase in resistance from 64 to 74%. I suggest starting your workout with these harder types of push-ups and working your way up to regular push-ups as you get tired. As you go, expanding your rep range and making general progress may be aided by adding drop sets and even switching to kneeling push-ups. This progression plan works toward maximum strength while also adding variety and efficiency to the push-up exercise. 5. You can overburden the exercise in addition to using variations by using resistance bands. Although studies on bench pressing with resistance bands point to a possible advantage in terms of enhanced strength compared to traditional weightlifting, there isn't any specific research on the effect of resistance bands on push-ups. It makes sense to add band-resisted push-ups to your regimen, even in the absence of actual evidence, especially after building a strong foundation with ordinary push-ups. With this addition, you can overload the exercise, which increases upper body strength and, as a result, lessens the difficulty of normal push-ups. Additionally, the push-up strength curve is improved by the usage of bands. People frequently reach a sticking point about 1/3 of the way up in standard push-ups. But bands change this dynamic by offering steady resistance all the way across the range of motion. This modification reduces, if not completely removes, the conventional sticking point, guaranteeing a harder and more efficient workout as you push yourself. Although there aren't many scientific studies on band-resisted push-ups, their potential effectiveness in correcting movement limitations and enhancing upper body strength is suggested by the concepts drawn from bench press studies and their practical advantages. 6. Verify that you possess an adequate level of core strength. A weak core makes it impossible to perform a solid push-up. It's like trying to fire a cannon from an unstable canoe. Your core is the base of your body, and without enough strength, instability develops. It is advantageous to incorporate workouts that target core stabilization, including planks and ab wheel rollouts, into your training regimen. While crunches and leg raises are more dynamic of exercises, these activities strengthen your core in a static posture, which will help you build stronger push-ups. Gaining core strength improves general stability, which is essential to learning the correct form and efficiency of push-ups. 7. Use progressive overload as a tip, which is arguably the most important one on the list. Increasing the stimulus applied to your muscles and body as a whole, little by little, is the key to making improvement in your workouts. The next stage could be to aim for 4 sets of 11 push-ups. For example, if you finished 4 sets of 10 push-ups during your previous session. As an alternative, you might up the number of sets from 4 to 5 while keeping the same number of reps. This step-by-step method guarantees increased activity in your upper body, which gives your muscles and strength the boost they need to flourish. Progressive overload can be achieved in a number of ways, but the 2 most common and efficient are raising the weight or doing more repetitions. As we've already covered, methods like standing on your feet, applying resistance bands, or carrying a weighted backpack to add to your upper back's weight are all workable. Push-up repetitions can be greatly increased by gradually increasing the weight load over time and then training without the extra weight. Focusing on getting in 1 or 2 extra push-ups per set during your training weeks is an efficient alternative if you can't add weight. These little steps, added together over time, make a big difference in your total development. 8. Just perform push-ups more frequently. Push-ups are an activity that takes time to get good at. Regular exercise improves your body's ability to carry out that particular movement more efficiently, which leads to stronger results and better performance all around. Your body may learn and coordinate the movement more efficiently with repeated repetition, which leads to this increased efficiency. Olympic weightlifters are a prime illustration of this. Their daily repetitions improve neurological efficiency during lifts, which is essential for building strength. The significance of exercise volume and muscle growth is supported by research. If your objective is to increase your push-up count quickly, a few sets once a week could not provide noticeable changes in a short amount of time. It is imperative to include more training volume in order to make improvement more quickly. Because of its adaptability, the push-up is an activity that can be performed anywhere and at a higher frequency. Performing push-ups 3 or 4 times a week instead of only 1 or twice will help you enhance your push-up performance faster by increasing your overall training volume. 9. Work out with weights. Push-ups and workouts like the bench press can work in coordination to your benefit. Push-ups can be made much easier by gradually increasing the weight used in the bench press and dumbbell press. Increased weight training combined with shorter rep ranges significantly increases maximum strength, outperforming the benefits of simple push-ups. One clear benefit of weighted exercises is the ability to gradually increase resistance, even by as little as 2.5 pounds at a time. Even with variations, standard bodyweight push-ups are harder to accomplish with this level of precision. So, whether or not pushing up as many as possible is your main objective, I suggest adding weight training activities to your regimen. This not only makes it easier to build strength gradually, but also gives you the chance to use isolation exercises to focus on particular muscular areas, like the chest. Weight training has the ability to improve push-up performance and treat muscle group deficits. leading to a more comprehensive and efficient workout. 10. You must continue working out consistently. Reaching any physical objective, including perfecting push-ups, requires consistency. It takes time and a well-thought-out plan to go from being unable to complete a single push-up to accomplishing hundreds. Make sure you give yourself adequate time, have reasonable goals, and stick to your exercise regimen. A common tendency is for people to underestimate what may be accomplished in the long run while overestimating short-term successes. It's totally possible to increase your push-up volume with dedication and perseverance. Above all, keep in mind that following your plan is crucial. Make push-ups a priority in your training regimen if that's your main objective. Instead of saving push-ups for the very end of your workout when you're exhausted, start your session with them. On the other hand, if push-ups are just a secondary objective, begin your workout with more strenuous exercises like the bench press and work your way up to push-ups. You'll put yourself on the road to steady progress and long-term push-up success by using these ideas. If you found this video enjoyable and informative, please subscribe to our channel. Your support is greatly appreciated.